Hello there, my name is the Flying Rodent, and this is my Let's Play of Skyrim on Legendary difficulty. Last video, we didn't fight very much, but we managed to reach a milestone that I label in my guide as economic self-sufficiency. So what does that mean per se? It sounds like a very fancy way of saying something. So what it basically means is that we purchased a Banish Daggers enchantment from a merchant. And after we purchased that Banish Daggers enchantment, we then disenchanted it and then made a bunch of iron daggers, as you can see in our inventory. And then we sold all those iron daggers to people. So yeah, that is basically how from now on we are going to make money and fund our future ventures. But before we do anything else, what we're going to do is we're going to drop our alchemy ingredients off here, and we're going to continue on with this quest here. So, also last video we visited Solstheim, and we made our way to Kolbjorn Barrow near Raven Rock and just had a bit of a chat with Rallis, and threw him a sack of gold, and then he decided, hey, okay, alright, well, I can go and hire some miners to excavate this ruin for you and potentially find some nice artifacts. So then a few days went by as I was travelling around selling stuff and looking for a Banish Daggers weapon, and then a nice courier got back to me, and told me that he needed a bit of help. So that's what we're going to do now. But before we do that, we are going to put our ingredients back in here, because another thing that we can do now that we've enchanted all of our daggers with Banish Daggers enchantments is we can start buying alchemy ingredients from merchants, which is why we have a lot of alchemy ingredients at the moment, because we kind of hoarded them from merchants, and also because we cleared a bunch of caves and we haven't been back here and put alchemy ingredients back for quite a while. As you can see, I was carrying around quite a bit of it. Yeah. Just gonna mash R and then hit enter whenever we get to above 6, and that will do. Alright, so if I was to try and power my way to the end of the guide without doing any auxiliary quests, because I think this playthrough has gone for quite a long time now, and I tend to be using a format where I'm recording videos that are an hour or two long, and that's probably not the most engaging thing in the world. And so, you know, to at least make sure that I cover all the bits that I want to in the guide without making this thing like a 50-hour playthrough, what I'm going to do is just totally hone in on the guide to illustrate what I wanted to say from here, I think. So that means basically honing in on all the stuff in Chapter 7. So what is the stuff in Chapter 7, do you say? So the stuff in Chapter 7 that I'm talking about is all the quests to do with mastering crafting. So we started Kolbjorn Barrow as an effort to try and get heads up, or get a move on with that. Another thing that we did is we used the travelling salesman route, and we got some alchemy training, which is something else we need to do. And then we got the Banish Daggers enchantment, and now we're going to enchant that. So we're sort of on our way towards trying to master crafting. That was basically the point of the last video, to try and get a fast track doing all that stuff. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to make a few more iron daggers, and then I'm going to go to Dragon's Reach and buy a couple of gems, because I noticed that the value of my Banish Daggers items in my inventory kind of bugged up, and that's a thing that happens in this game. The value of enchanted items kind of is a bit buggy and jumps all over the joint. So what you can do to at least, you know, temporarily reset it is just make another enchanted item, and then it remembers that they're meant to be worth more money by a strange twist of fate. Of course, someone in the comments is no doubt going to say, but just use mods, man. And yeah, you can use mods to fix everything, of course, because this problem was something with the source code in the game, and not something you can just patch over with creation content. So apparently it needs a fairly intrusive mod in order to fix this particular problem, and I'm not about mods, so I'd rather just play the vanilla. I've always been a vanilla gamer. Never really, because the problem with mods is that you spend all of your time modding out your game, and then that becomes the focus of the playthrough, and it's like, let's craft the perfect playthrough and install all of these mods so I can do these things, and then you sort of spend more time doing the mods than you actually do the playthrough, and then you kind of get lost in that sphere, and then you forget that you're actually supposed to be playing a fucking game. So never been one to embrace mods. Yeah, all of these are kind of whack. Oh, but you can disenchant this. That's nice. So hopefully, let's see now if it's reset. Yeah, it should be that much rather than the other value. Very weird that it wasn't. So hopefully by doing this, we reset the value of all those other items in the inventory. We'll find out if that actually works. I have a hunch it works because this in the video that I had to replay, it worked. I went and made things, and then suddenly the value of my enchanted items went back to normal. So let's just check. Yeah, they're all about 600 now, which is better than them being worth, you know. So if I now go and check my inventory, yeah, see, now they're worth 1,600 again. They were worth 1,000 at the start of the playthrough, and then they've like magically remembered that they're meant to be worth more money. Gotta love Skyrim. Alright, so yeah, FYI, if you get forced with that problem where your enchanted weapons are suddenly worth half the value that they're supposed to, just go and make another one, and then the price will fix itself. Alternatively, you could just install mods. But that's the boring way of solving the problem, isn't it? Alright, okay, let's go to Kolbjorn Barrow and do the stuff there. You know what hasn't happened for a while? A dragon attack. I'm a little bit paranoid that we haven't fought a dragon for a while. And the last dragon we fought was a freaking blood dragon. We should be fighting frost dragons at this level, but we haven't come across a single one.
Oh, it's you.
Hey, man.
This isn't good. We only got a little ways in when something managed to wake up the Draugr. Before I could blink, all the miners were dead, and I was next in line. Don't think anyone else made it out alive. This is what I get for skimping on labor. Well, unless you want to deal with the Draugr, this whole little venture of ours is over. Might be over either way. It looked like a dead end before the place started crawling. We could have missed something, though. I don't know.
Alright, so yeah, go and fix Kolbjorn Barrow. So yeah, this book, if you manage to find it, will tell you about Azadal and his cool artifacts and stuff. And what you'll also find is he writes these little journals of like what he's experienced. So you can kind of, if you read them, you sort of get a little bit of a foreshadowing into what's happening. So the first entry is he's trying to find the relics of Azadal. He's skeptical as to whether or not they're there. But he says, I keep hearing conversations and whispers around me, so I need to track them down. So he's been told that he needs to dig here, and then he keeps hearing conversations in his head. It's going to be one of the harder ones. Hide some diggers. The sleeping dead weren't quite sleeping and weren't quite dead. There you go. He's got a great sense of humour. It's just like me. Operation is stalled. Just self-congratulating. Not saying that I have a great sense of humour, but I have a similar sense of humour. Operation is stalled unless my friendly party was able to find enough coin. La 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 la. Maybe it's time to take up a collection for the constant spectators who are together tomorrow. There you go. Good old dry sense of humour. But yeah, so the whole like whispers thing is a bit of foreshadowing for what's to come. Yeah, so now we go into the barrow and clear it out. I wonder how many soul gems I've got first. So yeah, the barrow gets excavated in 4 stages. Got 4 petties and a lesser. There you go, so there's any Draugr around. Like that, I can soul trap. Hi. Next. Yeah. And that's a Deathlord. So yeah, it doesn't matter what level you are, that Deathlord will always be a Deathlord. Pretty much. So yeah, don't do this at level 10, FYI. You can avoid it. Pretty sure he's always a Deathlord anyway, maybe I'm wrong. Just gonna soul trap you, draw those and turn its attention. Wait, get out of the way. That's one. Restless. Get out of the way. Alright, that's 2. And then, whoop, get some gold. Yeah, there's like a Draugr Deathlord just engaged in a deathly duel with someone right here who we should probably deal with. What else have we got in here? Oh, we got a Restless Squid. But you're lesser, aren't you? So I can't soul trap you. Let's just shoot stuff, shall we? This one. That's a normal draw, so let's get you. Hi. Oi. Go away. Space is jump. These guys are probably going to change soon, so let's just do that preemptively. And yeah, let's kill this draw that we just soul trapped. And now you're almost dead. So I'm just going to take a few shots at you, and then you're dead. Cool, I did all the work, yeah? Alright, and you have cleared the barrow. Yay! So yeah, according to Mr. Sedaris... Oh look, there's some more soul gems here, sweet. According to Mr. Sedaris, he reckons that this is a dead end and there's nothing left to explore here. But with some clever looking around and knowledge of stock standard copy-paste Skyrim puzzles, you can discover that this thing is sitting on a switch. Hooray. And then you find your first Azadal artifact. Hooray! So, what are the Azadal artifacts? So there are 6 in total. They all pretty much have unique properties. This one has water walking, which is not a spell that you can cast in this game. It was a spell you could cast in Morrowind, hint hint. But yeah. But crucially, if you wear any 4 relics of Azadal, then you get plus 10 to enchanting skill, and there are no other items in the game that will provide a boost to enchanting skill. So hence why we are here. Cool. Alright, well that's the barrow cleared out, so now we go and talk to our friend at the top.
Any luck? Well, perhaps there's some hope for us yet. Now, I have to go recruit some more miners. It won't be easy, seeing as none of their friends came back from the first attempt. We'll have to sweeten the pot a bit this time. I think I'll need, say, 2,000 septums to hire replacements.
Yep.
I never get tired of that sound. It'll take me a few days to dig up some more laborers, but swing back when you get a chance. See how we're doing.
Sweet. So yeah, and now we just wait a few days and then he'll excavate more of the barrow. Alright, so what we're going to do now is, because we're going to try and fast track our way through the guide, we can do a few things, but the main thing I want to do is get some alchemy training and some more money. Because we kind of need quite a few levels to get alchemy training to the point. Well, to get alchemy 275. If we were to purely get it there via training, it'll take us quite a few levels. So what we are going to do is we are going to oh yeah, I unequipped that. Oops. Is first I should make that a thing. First thing we're going to do, the time is 10:33. Alright, so we might, because we're in Windhelm, we're going to get in the habit of doing this again because we kind of want to level up. Because we're in Windhelm, we can go and visit the smith and sell some stuff and make some stuff, and then we'll head to the College of Winterhold, and then just basically follow the travelling salesman route again. Hey, we're in Windhelm. Normally, you would be here on day 2 of the 3-day route at around about 5 6 PM. It's currently 11 AM, so we got a little while to go. But yeah.
Finest weapons and armor.
Just gonna sell some stuff. Is there anything worth getting? Not really. What about apparel? Ooh, magic resist. I'm not sure if I've got a magic resistance item, so I'll just take you. Not sure if I have a disease immunity. That's nice. I mean, you can disenchant that and put that on something, but again, diseases in Skyrim don't do much. I don't know whether or not I've got restoration. I'm just going to find out. And in the meantime, let's sell some weapons. Cool. And then finally, we're going to buy some of these and some of these. Maybe 17 of them, because that's what I can. I mean, technically I could take another 5 and then smelt the ore, so why not? Why not min-max, hey? And also buy the lockpick, and then sell another dagger, and then we go over here. And then we go and smelt some iron ore. Doink, and then we're going to go back to our little blacksmith forge, and then we're going to make some more daggers. And we're coming up on 30 smithing, so probably we'll end up exceeding 30 smithing just by making iron daggers, which you can very easily do. If you want to specifically not exceed 30 smithing, and have it as a badge of honor that you didn't manage to make a single iron dagger before you got enchanting to 100, then probably the best thing to do would just be to loot weapons and go from there. But and use them basically. But we don't really care about that. What I might do. This, and then we're going to go up to the college, and then we're going to wait a bit, because again we kind of want to wait until midnight. Still waiting for that dragon attack. No. In the event that you do get a dragon attack at the college, the best place to stand is right here, because then it tends to land here, and then you can kind of mob it. Otherwise it tends to fly around the perimeter of this place, and then occasionally fly into Winterhold, and that's just a bit of a pain in the ass to get to. So yeah, we're just gonna do this contrived thing for a bit, because we're a bit more of the contrived stage of the guide if you want to kind of hurry it along. So apologies if this is a bit more contrived now. I kind of just want to get to the point with things that I'm explaining in the guide now. And basically the next thing I have to explain is what to do when you get enchanting to 100, and also when alchemy comes close to 75. And we kind of need to wait for our little dude to dig up the Azadal barrow, so in the meantime you can do things like this. You could also, go off and do quests. That's something else you can do, and we might do that another time. But I kind of want to get enchanting to 100 as soon as possible, and I don't want to use Azura's Star or the Malay Bal Mace to do it, so I'm just going to make daggers. Which means we're going to wait until midnight when everyone's in their dormitory. Then we're going to buy all this stuff, and then we're going to enchant daggers, and then we're going to sell them to everyone on the route, and then when we've got time we're going to go back to Kolbjorn Barrow and then do it all over again. In the meantime, practice illusion, because we basically want to practice this at some point anyway. This is basically the fastest way to practice illusion, it's just to cast this crap over and over. It's kind of reminiscent of practicing magic skills in Morrowind. You could do this in Morrowind as well. You could make practice spells and just run around the countryside casting them a lot. Anyway, here we go. We have finally hit midnight, which is nice. So I'm just going to go in here. And buy all the people's stuff. Now, because we have a Banish Daggers enchantment now, technically speaking, common soul gems and under are quite profitable. Greater is kind of on the borderline, so greater from male merchants is about 750, while the daggers are kind of just about there. Greater will probably be profitable from female merchants because we've got the allure perk, but this little dude has 7 lesser soul gems, so we're just going to yoink all of those. And a couple of commons, and we made bank from that guy. Alright. And another dagger. Alright, thanks man. And I'm going to go over to here. Talk to Feralda.
Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast.
Could buy Grand Soul Gems at this point, because you will use quite a lot of Grand Soul Gems to enchant your stuff later. If you decide to make all of the items, there we go, so they're worth a little bit more. If you decide to make all of the items listed in the late game section of the guide, you need quite a lot of Grand Soul Gems to achieve that if you want to have multiple sets of gear, which is what I think we'll try and do, which means now is a good time to start hoarding Grand Soul Gems. And thankfully we can pay for them using these funky daggers. So yeah. And there's one more person upstairs. go and talk to her.
Restoration is a spells and incantations for those with a talent.
Couple commons and a grand. We could get the greater, maybe we will. So that's 684. And daggers sell for 800. So there you go. So it's profitable to get greaters from the ladies because we are a man, and that perk means 10% better prices from the opposite sex. If you were a female character, then it would be the opposite. All right. So we are here. I didn't have a Dwarven shield. Oh, I didn't have a resist magic enchantment, so that's that. And now we go through the whole whack enchantments on weapons Dibby Whacker again, and I'll put one on an ebony war axe because it's sitting there. Why not? We won't use any of the grands because they are grand souls this time and not grand soul gems with lesser souls in them. So now we have to make sure that we don't select them. So there we go. Now the mouse is in the right position, and I can just use the arrow keys and click when necessary, like so. Make. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Yep. We could rest in a bed and actually maximize the experience we're getting from this, and we could have done one of the quests that I mentioned. Why does it keep doing that? Could have done one of the quests that I mentioned in Chapter 7, which is the Lost to the Ages quest, to maximize experience from this, but I not really bothered because I kind of want to get there now rather than wait until I do that quest and then do it. Probably could have rested in a bed though, just to speed this along. Doesn't make too much difference though. We're talking 120% experience versus 130% experience, so it might save you crafting, 10 to 20 daggers or something in the end, which I guess is something fairly significant, but we just bought about 30 gems, so it's like not even a trip here that we'd have to worry about. Yep. We did find an awful lot of gems though at those merchants. There's usually not 7 lesser soul gems sitting in a merchant inventory, so we kind of lucked out there, but not complaining. So we're just going to keep doing these. For some reason it seems to be in between those 2 gems. Still have no idea why. Maybe if I move my mouse up a bit. Nah, it still does it. It's just something it wants to do. Alright. This is good fun. Grinding crafting skills. So yeah, if you didn't want to grind crafting skills, if you hate the idea of grinding crafting skills, then I would suggest doing the Azura's Star quest and doing the Molag Bal quest, and then basically you can get the Black Star from the Azura's Star quest, and then you just whack stuff with the mace. You whack NPC enemies with the mace, like bandits and stuff, soul trap them, and then use them to recharge the mace, and you just do that over and over. And I guess that's a semi-non-grindy way of maximizing enchanting, but realistically, it doesn't net you $50,000+ worth of stuff that you can use for training, so we are going to withstand the grind because we want the money. Alright, last one. We'll save the grands once again. Alright, cool. Yeah, a few more daggers closer to 100 enchanting. Alright, and up we go.
Ancano is exactly why we're so restrictive about access to the college.
Alright, with any luck we don't fight a dragon, because it kind of sucks if this poor dragon spawns up here. Good. Good, and now we go to Dawnstar. Off we go. And around the travelling salesman route we go. So yeah, we're currently playing Merchant Simulator instead of Skyrim. But hey, I guess it's something different from killing things. It's for those who like doing pacifist runs, this sort of thing is probably a bit more interesting, where you just find crafty ways to get by without having to just fight things and loot all the caves. So yeah, it's just not the most interactive or interesting viewer experience in the world. So yeah, apologies guys. We'll try and get this out of the way as soon as possible. Now, I don't know if I've got a smithing enchantment, so I might buy that. I think I have an alteration enchantment now, so I'll keep that. Done about a one-handed, so I'll get that. And then we just sell you some more daggers. Oh. Sold them a normal dagger, I wasn't meant to do that. Yeah, well, you can have that too. Alright, I could buy some stuff to practice smithing, but we don't need it per se. What we might do is, now, I don't understand, but this potion place is supposed to be open from 8 AM to 8 PM, and I swear 50% of the time you rock into town, and it's freaking shut. It might be something to do with the day, maybe it's shut on Sundays or something. But no other shop shuts on Sundays in Skyrim, so what's up with that? Anyway, let's go to Solitude. And hopefully their shop isn't shut on Sundays, hey? So yeah, you are quite literally a travelling salesman, just travelling from town to town. I'm going to visit some merchants and buy some stuff and keep going. And then yeah, this is the Alchemist in Whiterun. I mean, in Solitude, they ask you whether or not have you ever been to Whiterun? Maybe you could find my daughter there.
You're a traveler, correct? Have you been to Whiterun?
No, wink.
Oh well, it was a long shot. Ah, so you're an alchemist then?
I didn't expect it to jump straight into conversation there, but I guess that happened. Not complaining, because that's what I'm here for. But, yeah. Just gonna buy all this stuff. Click, 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 click. Yeah. Anyway, if you've been to Whiterun, then you can find her daughter and do something for her. One of the many miscellaneous quests in Skyrim. If you ask for training for her...
No. Mostly, I'm just a simple herbalist. Lami over in Morthal should be able to help you.
Then you can go to Lomi in Morthal, and she does up to standard, whatever that's called, adept level training, and then the Alchemist in Whiterun is the expert trainer. So we just cut out the middleman and go straight to the expert trainer because they're in Whiterun, which we of course haven't visited, right? Wink. Then we'll go over here and see if you have any enchanted things that we can disenchant as well. I think I got a restoration thing, didn't I? Don't know if I got a pickpocket thing. Whatever, let's just get a pickpocket thing. And then we'll sell you some more daggers. Yeah, that'll do. And then we go off to... We head to Falkreath. Now, last time we did this, we left here at 3, and then for some reason it took 5 hours to fast travel to Falkreath, which sounds very wrong, because Falkreath is all the way down here. So we're at 21st of Hearthfire at 2:56 PM. What time do we arrive at Falkreath? At 8 PM. Yeah, what the hell? So for whatever reason, the game thinks that it only takes 5 hours to travel from Solitude to Falkreath, which is completely whack. Because if we travel to here, this is this monument here, okay? So it's 8 PM now, and we travel here. And it takes us 5.5 hours to get from there to there, but it only takes 5 hours to get from there to there. Please explain, in the words of Pauline Hanson, who no one will have heard of watching this video. And if you want to know who that is, you can look it up. Not explaining that one. Alright, we are in Falkreath.
Steel's good, but I was dead.
Yeah, that's nice. I am a loyal customer, yeah? Good, give me your things. Pretty sure I've already got a conjuring thing, I've got a shock thing, I'm pretty sure I've already got an... Oh, yeah, of course I've got an archery thing, I'm wearing it. Yes, I got restoration, smithing. I'm pretty sure I've got alteration. If I don't have alteration, then I can always come back out and buy the stuff. Next time I go and enchant stuff, I'll take stock as to what enchantments I actually have. That Ebony War Axe is quite dear. I should sell that because it also weighs a bit. Anyway, back to here now. So yeah, the travelling salesman route is Falkreath, Riverwood, Whiterun on day 1, Riften, Windhelm on day 2, College of Windhold at like midnight on day 3 into Dawnstar into Solitude, and then after that you fast travel back to Falkreath and you're done. Alright. Nah, nothing I don't have. You can have a dagger, because I'm here now. There you go. I'll even give you a $3 discount. Sweet. I wonder if, yeah, it'd be interesting if, like you flooded the marketplace of Skyrim with all of these Banish Daggers, and then the game recognises that you're flooding the market with a useless product and the value of it drops. That would be a kind of funny interaction, but I don't trust Bethesda to get that complicated. Because that's currently what I'm doing. I'm basically flooding the market with Banish Iron Daggers that work maybe twice and then they don't work anymore. Alright, what do we have? We've got Alchemy. Don't think I have got one of them yet, so that will be good to get. Sell that. Yeah, I got a lot of daggers. Yep. Then we go over here. Sell stuff to this guy. I don't think this guy sells any enchanted clothing, so you can only really sell him. Yeah, he just has clothing, full stop. I'll buy a ring, why not? So I buy something here. I should have sold the axe. Damn it, I'll sell another dagger. Why not? Cool.
Thank you very much for your business.
Thanks.
I'm the commander of the guard here in Whiterun.
Good for you, mate. And then we go in here. See what this guy has.
Got small weapons as the finest weapons in armor.
Alright. And then he has... Should I buy the alteration thing? No, I've seen 2. There's probably enough alteration things around the place. What we can do though is we can buy ebony ingots, because eventually we're going to have to make dragonbone weapons, and we make them out of ebony ingots. So while I do that, now I can start selling you some daggers. And I mean, in hindsight, I probably should have bought them from a female merchant if I was going to min-max, because stuff. But we're not really too pressed for money, are we? Alright. And now, finally, we'll go visit Little Arcadia and get our 10 ranks in alchemy training.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking
Alright.
for. You look
And then,
rather so
go and
you're
buy
an
your
alchemist then.
ingredients again, because they restock every 3 in-game days, and they can sell a bunch of nice things that you can enchant with. Probably should have done that second, actually, because now I'm going to get enchanting training. I need to level up. Of course I do, because I hadn't leveled up from last time. Dope. So I only get 1 lot of alchemy training. Oh well. That's fine. So we'll go and train you up, and then we'll pay for more things. So there we go. Sell some daggers, dagger. That'll do. Alright, cool. Alright, and we got a system going. Why am I locked in? I'm not locked in. I just went the wrong way. I was gonna say. This is when Arcadia's like, "You will not leave this building alive." Alright,
Shiny trinkets for your good lady.
Fresh baked loaves.
yeah, this is kind of like the common merchant area. You can do some little beginning quests along here, help out the locals. And one thing you can do actually is you can give 1 gold to the town drunk, and then you get a bit of speech boost, and then you're better at selling stuff. But we forgot to do that. Oops. What we might do as well is we'll go up here and get the Talos blessing, and then we'll go and sell to Yorlan Greymane, because we haven't done that either. Yorlan, I'm pretty sure though, does not sell any enchanted weapons to speak of. So, yeah, you're not really coming up here to buy enchanted things. I think he sells purely mundane items. And he is the main smith for the companions, if you decide to join the companions, which we haven't bothered to do. So yeah, he does not sell a single enchanted item at all. He doesn't agree with this fancy magic, so he doesn't sell you anything. But you can sell him fancy magic things, of course, he'll buy that. Alright, so now we're going to go off to Riften. And we might go to the Keep this time. And the reason why we want to go to the Keep is because we want to disenchant these enchanted things and perhaps buy some soul gems from this lady, because she's like Farengar. She's the court wizard, and she sleeps in there, and much like Farengar, you can just wake her up and be like, peekaboo! Oh no, you can't actually, she doesn't have an inventory that's open 24/7. Oops, sorry. We'll wait. Alright. We can disenchant smithing and alchemy, which will definitely get used. We will disenchant deft hands and wielding, because they'll get used. And then... oh, we've still got these... yeah, we don't have much that we can actually technically enchant with. So... we wait a bit till she gets up. We'll go with 8:30. That sounds reasonable. And wait for her to get out of bed, and you pop on over and say hi. You out of bed yet? Thanks.
Excuse my I had you figured for a mage.
And she sells a bit of ingredients, but I think you can only buy ingredients from her once. So if you come back, either you can only buy ingredients from her once, or it takes 10 in-game days for the random items around the place that she sells to regenerate, much like the brain freeze live commentary, much like the containers, the public containers that reset every 10 in-game days that stung us in the butt that one time. We bought a normal Grand Soldier, which we kind of didn't mean to do, but we will get by, and we'll sell you some daggers, because that's what we do. Alright, and we've actually ran out of iron daggers to sell. There you go. Maybe we can sell you some potions that I'm not using. Probably not going to use any resist cold or resist shock anymore, to be honest. We can probably start selling these resistance potions. We've kind of got enough of a health buffer to deal with magic attacks now. The main worry at the moment is physical attacks more than anything. That costs 700 gold. And we can sell you that, because we're not going to use two-handed. And yeah, maybe some poisons at the back. That'll do. $3 discount. Alright, let's go and... oop, that's not encouraging. Why are you walking out the door holding a weapon? Oh, that's Courier. Yay!
I've been looking for you.
Hey, man.
That's something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Another note from your friend Rallis. I hope everything is all right. Looks like that's it. Good to go.
Right on time, buddy. Alright, let's go and see Mr. Rallis. Before we do...
nope.
Kind of want to make some daggers. So what we might do... just so we got some sitting there for next time, is we will... I've only got 10, that's fine. This guy doesn't have a smelter, so... that's okay. We can just make some daggers again. Where are we? Dagger. Cool. Doink, 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 doink. And we've hit 30 smithing. Congratulations. So from this point now we can get the Dwarven Smithing perk and branch into bows if we so choose, but we're not going to do that until both Enchanting and Alchemy have been maxed. So in the meantime, we're going to go back to Solstheim, so off we go.
Talk to Captain Galland if you're looking to book passage.
Captain Galland was the business
that's the sound of people who want to fight stuff. It might be just Ashbourne, because we haven't done the Ashbourne quest technically yet. Is that a Loon Mothwing? Yeah, it is. Yeah, go fight the thing, guys. I don't know whether or not I want to use a bow, actually. I'll use a bow on you, and I'll zoom in to compensate for my horrible frame rate. Yeah, they don't really hurt you that much. As you can see, oop, that was almost shooting a guard, so let's wait. Now, they always have like random ore on them. Dirty, dirty, do. Alright, that's that. Still haven't encountered a dragon, which is very strange. I'm still waiting for the dragons to rock up and give us a bit of a protracted fight, but we haven't seen one for quite a while. Yeah. Alright, Mr. Rallis Sedaris. So first off, let's find his collection of books. So this is his next volume. And he says, "My invisible friends have kept it up, drawing closer. It took me a while to realise that they were hiding themselves, but I figure it's out of shame. It takes a certain type of cowardice to spend all of your time questioning a man's worth and value. You'd have to think at least they'd have the decency to let me sleep, but they persist even from there. As for the dig, we continue to stall out the opposition from the barrow. I'd hoped that the hardy people of this island would be able to deal with shuffling bones, but it appeared that I overestimated them. Won't make that mistake again." So yeah, there's a bit of foreshadowing with the whole Whispers thing with the first book, but the rest of it is just him talking about the incompetence of the people that he hired. So let's talk about that. Hi.
Draugr again. I mean, we should have expected it, right? What else do you find in these damn crypts? Waves and waves of Draugr. At least 6 of the diggers are dead. The rest of them ran off, and I don't blame them. You've had some luck with these things before. Do you think you could go back in, see if anyone's still alive?
Sure. Alright, off we go. Doody-doo. Alright, time to kill the Draugr again. So there's a bit more of the ruin excavator this time, and there's some dead miners around the place because he hired miners that went in there and died. Actually, there were dead miners last time, but there were less of them. Now, this time, you see that guy over there? That's a Deathlord Archer. So what I might do is I'm just going to demonstrate what a Deathlord Archer does by doing the dumbest thing possible and running up to it. Hi, mate. He's being an idiot and he's got his weapon out though. There we go. So, yeah. You ready? Oh, he actually survived it. There you go. Usually they kill you in one go, but he might not be using an ebony bow. I think that's the issue there, is he's only using a little crappy ancient Nordic bow, and he doesn't do much damage. But usually the Draugr Deathlords that have the ebony weapons, they kill you in one shot, even at like level 30 something, so they're fun to deal with. So what we're going to... That was the wrong button. We're just going to summon Beavis and Butthead. And we're going to stay out of the way of that doorway and hopefully not get shot. So to do that, we're going to soul trap you, we're going to soul trap you, because I'm pretty sure I've still got some pretty gems. Probably feel up, just going to dance from side to side to make it really good to shoot, just like that guy did. Goodbye. That was Soul Trap, that was not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. And yeah, so there's that thing. So what you can do, actually, to sort of get him off his perch, is this. So let's use something we haven't used for a while, eh? I'm just going to run over here and be like, sup. And then he falls off, and then you can use Dremora to beat him up because he's no longer on his silly little post anymore. But of course, the terrain stuffs up, and you summon things in front of you, and they don't know where the hell they've summoned. Like where did they just go? Alright, let's try here. There we go, that works. The game doesn't bug the hell out if you summon there. So now our little Dremora friends run in and do their thing. And now this guy's on his nice little vantage point because we bizded him, then he fell off. Alright. So meanwhile, we've got all these nice little quest markers because reasons, and you can search all the miners for clues. And one of the clues is a dead miner saying, "Well, I read about Azadal and he was mean." Now that's a nice clue. That is quite a lot of Draugr, so we might turn around now and kill you. Hey, that sounds like a good idea. What the hell is Lydia doing? There we go, she's figured out how to shoot things or hit things again. I think I got that. No, it's still there. Zoomies. How are you not dead? Thanks. They probably went into the Grand Soul Gem that I accidentally bought. Can I soul trap you before you die? Yes. Cool. Alright. Yeah, glass weapon. Okay, so maybe there's two different types of Draugr Deathlord actually, and one of them slightly higher level than the other. So maybe we can actually tank an arrow from that one. But the high level ones that have the proper like 3-level Fuzradar shout, you certainly can't tank an arrow from that. So yeah, maybe they're the easy ones. That is restless, so we're just gonna do that. I'm just gonna sit here and heal up and laugh in his face. No soul gem is large enough, so that means I've only got pennies left, probably, if I've got any at all. That's a Deathlord. Let's not get stuck. Thank you. Summon Beavis and Butthead again. Summon another bow. Yeah, these have only got the 2 rank Fuzradar. So they're not the high level Draugr Deathlords, they're only the medium level Draugr Deathlords, you know? Because that's a thing. But yeah, just gonna take some shots at you. Eventually you'll fall over. These things have about 1,000 health, by the way, so they do take a bit of punishment. And I think the game is bugged out and I've got 2 different soundtracks going on at the same time, because why not? I'm just going to wait for battle to end so that little glitch goes away, because it's kind of annoying. Can you shut up now? Nope. Just going to have forever the double battle music glitch going on. That is a soul gem trap that disarmed itself. Nope. There we go. Now it's disarmed itself. Thanks. Alright. There we go. Oh, this is the door where you kind of have to like pull the levers in the right order, and one of them is a poison trap. So it's not that one. So that opens. I think it's you have to do one to open the back one. Nope. There we go. Mash buttons until it opens. That's a trap. I forgot about that trap. Yeah, that trap can kill you in one go. Cool. Well, it's been a while since we died to a random trap, but that one we could actually see. So yeah, that was a bit dumb, but we did just we did just wait to try and cancel the music. So good timing, I guess. Yeah, it's this trap here. Take the gem, thanks. So we want to go that way. Let's go top and bottom, maybe? Yeah. It's not the third one. Maybe it's this one. Okay, now it's... Alright, dead miner. So, letter to mother saying, you're closing in, and it is the end. Let's actually read the letter, you know, because it's probably a bit sentimental. I understand your worries, but there's really nothing you should frighten about. The first crew here were a bunch of idiots and milk drinkers who didn't know to watch their own backs. We might run into some trouble, but I've handled trouble before. The one who hired us seemed like a bit of an odd one. I'm keeping an eye on him, though, so that don't add to the fretting. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Don't you worry, and let you worry by myself. We'll talk when I'm home. Then the money in close with us. Oh, yeah, there we go. So, stock standard, tough lady, but of course they got like trapped in a room with 4 Draugr, and they have 1 pickaxe, and they're a tiny little flimsy miner. So, whilst they had a lot of spunk, they probably didn't have enough hit points, and they died. So, Hody Hum, you dead. No soul gems left. Sad. I swear I just picked up a bunch of soul gems. They must have all been petty ones. So yeah, now we're here, and then you flick this little thing here, and you get this little thing here, which is another artifact, which is the Ring of Necromancy. So what does the Ring of Necromancy do? The Ring of Necromancy, drumroll, when you have reanimated a creature, they explode. That's nice, but we're not really reanimating creatures anymore. If you were a necromancer that liked reanimating things, that in theory would be a nice little item for some entertaining deaths. But we're not, so we're not really using it. Alright. And we are closing in on level 36, so we can do the training and stuff soon. Cool. Alright, next.
I should have figured. Damn. Well, at least we can get back to work. But hazard pay keeps piling up, and this won't be getting any cheaper. I'm going to hire some mercenaries this time, too. Having some people around who know how to fight, sure. Well, it'll set the miners at ease, and hopefully keep them alive. But they won't be cheap either. It's going to hit 3,000 this time, I'm afraid. Have you got that on?
Yep.
We're going to be making this back 50-fold, partner. Trust me on this. I'll go hire a new crew and some brawny types to keep them safe. Come back and check in on it. Nothing can stop us this time.
Bitches! Alright, let's go back to the mainland and go back to our little fancy-pantsy, enchanty-wanty thingy-majiggy, hey? Back round the trading route.
Captain Gjalland does the business around here.
The time is 2 AM, which means that probably that's useful. Probably the best place to go would be to Dawnstar. So let's go there. Just do this first. 32. And to Dawnstar we go. Alright. Because this is basically the closest town that we can probably get to feasibly somewhere near 8 AM and rejoin the trading route. Are we going to fight a dragon though this time? It's been way too long since we fought a dragon. Ooh! Hey guys.
The warm sand and elsewhere is
I think you are the trader.
So many refuse to take a look.
So I'm going to... Oh, yeah, that worked.
Take a look.
Crappy controls. I'm going to buy some moon sugar from you. Yoink. Yep. What can I sell you? Some arrows. Keep the daggers because I want to enchant them. I don't know if there's really much I can sell you actually. I guess that, because last time I went to an enchanting altar that didn't disenchant. So I don't need you. Still got a bunch of ingredients I want to get back. We'll keep the ore. 6 grand soul gems. You can have a skull. There you go. Have a fancy, expensive skull. Thanks. Yeah, so what we really need to do is we need to enchant some weapons, don't we? So what we might do first, though, is,
Seems like no one is getting a decent night's.
yes, the town that is cursed by sleep. So that is the, once again, that is the Vermina quest, who is related to the, that cute little tower up on the hill that's menacingly looking over the town. Or tower on the hill, rather. So while we're here, let's make some more daggers, because daggers are the best. So let's just mash some more iron and leather together. Cough. Alright, that'll do. And then we got to the next level. Thanks. Alright. What we really want to do is we want to enchant them. So what we might do actually is instead of going forward, we might go backward along our little route. Because realistically what we want to do is go to the College of Winterhold and buy all the gems and enchant the stuff again. So, here we are again. Now, I'm not sure, where's the Court Wizard in here?
I'm tired.
I don't know who the Court Wizard is in Dawnstar, if there is such a thing. I think most places like this have Court Wizards. I don't know. I'm sure that most experienced people watching this know who the Court Wizard of Dawnstar is, if he exists, but I don't. So yeah, either way there's an enchanter here, and that's what the important part is. Yeah, I don't know, maybe there just isn't one. Maybe there's no Court Wizard here because it's not deemed important enough to have a Court Wizard. But there's an enchanting altar, and that's the main reason why I'm here, so let's enchant some things. Alright. Banish, yes. And we go to here, and not the grand ones. Ooh! So that's obviously a Grand Soul gem without a Grand Soul in it, so we're going to use that. Alright, 12 more points to go. Probably should have rested in a bed. We don't want to use that gem. We want to use that gem. And it's doing this thing again, so we've got to put our mouse there. $89. Not that. Oh, come on. I promise that future videos will not be as boring as this, guys. We just kind of want to get enchanting to 100, and this is the alternative to doing quests that will help you get there. You just mash lots of gems together on top of iron daggers. So hopefully, the last playthrough and this playthrough will be the extent of most of the boring crap that this character will have to do. And then we can get onto the fun part, which of course is killing things and making things that aren't just, you know, the same item over and over. But yeah. Still no dragon. It's really unsettling. So we're just going to do this until we get to 12 PM or 12 AM again. Doody-doo. This reminds me of all those, again, contrived ways of training skills in Morrowind, where you could, you know, like train athletics by mashing run and then running your character into a wall. There was like an auto run button, and you just like ran into a wall forever like this, and then you just gained athletics and left your computer running for 4 hours, and then you came back and you were the best athletics man or woman ever. And also all the like practice spells and crap in Morrowind that you could make, because unlike Skyrim, let's just wax on about Morrowind again because we've got time to kill. Unlike Skyrim, the amount of experience you got from casting spells was not dependent on the type of spell. Every single spell just yielded a unit of experience, much like how every single enchanted item just yields a unit of experience in this game. So you could create practice spells, because there was a custom spell-making altar which they removed in Skyrim because it was overpowered as fuck. You could make practice spells that cost 1 magicka that you could use to, practice a spell school over and over again. Literally just run around the countryside casting this practice spell and training your skills up. And that's kind of what this is like. But the flip side to that is that magicka did not easily regenerate in Morrowind, so you kind of had to find crafty ways to get around that.
For those with the talent to cast them.
They had static magicka in Morrowind that made mages quite taxing to play, if you made a pure mage. But on the flip side, they made Enchanting have a brand of item where, like, you could make, how in this game there's staves that have charges? Well, picture every single item can potentially be a staff and recharges by itself. It was called a cast when used item, and it was dumb. So Morrowind had them, and you could pretty much just substitute spellcasting skill for a collection of rings that cast spells for you. Yeah. That was fun.
It's been a pleasure.
Alright, 2 more people, then we go over here.
Spells and incantations for those with the talent to
Buy another grand, couple of commons, leave the greatest, buy the lesser, sell the daggers, go upstairs. 1, 2, 3. That'll do. Alright, then we go up. And then we visit you. And then we buy the gems, and then we enchant the daggers. That's all the gems that we need to buy. We'll sell you our very last dagger. Doink. And I don't think I've got really anything else worth selling. Oh yeah, we've got this thing I keep forgetting about that we'll never use. So maybe I can sell that to someone if I remember. Let's go to this enchant. Oh, another thing that I guess we could do is rob this place of all of its soul gems like this and then use them, but we're at that stage of the game now where we don't need to. But if you wanted to do that and power game enchanting from the beginning, this is a good place to rob. Alright, we've got 12 grand soul gems now. That's nice. Just to give you an idea though, we probably need about 50 of them if we want to make everything that we want to make by the end. Alright. Oh my god. Alright. I was hoping this wouldn't be a long video, but if I want to try and get Enchanting to 100 in one video, I think it's just going to have to be a long video, unfortunately. Maybe what we'll do is we'll just go around the loop. We won't bother doing the next Azadel quest when it pops up, and we'll purely focus on maxing Enchanting. That way we can get it out of the way, and we don't have to do this any other time. Because we've got 8 points to go, but just about 8 points to go. So I reckon another 2 loops around the route, and we will have enough to get Enchanting to 100. So I won't go up the top just in the event that we fight a dragon, because again, if you spawn a dragon up the top, then it's just flies in annoying locations, and it's a pain in the bum. So we're not going to do that. All right, back we go. Thanks. Alright, now we'll go back to Dawnstar, and what we might do is we might check out and see if the freaking Alchemy shop's open this time, because the last time we were there it wasn't. Right. I don't think we even bought anything from this guy, so let's do that.
Seems
Hey.
like no one is getting it. Looking to protect yourself.
Oh, we bought stuff to make daggers, but we didn't sell anything. So he has got some more. Meh. 1, 2. That'll do. Next.
Come back if you need steel.
Let's see if the alchemy place is open, eh? Nah, still freaking shut for no reason. Gotta love this shop. Alright. I was tempted to not even put this shop on the travelling salesman route because there's an alchemy one, because it's just shut so bloody frequently for no apparent reason, but I put it on because it's in a nice spot at a nice time. But as an FYI in your game, if you keep running into that shop and it's shut, be rest assured that you're not the only person that happens to. It's just a buggy shop.
Yes.
Hi.
Ah, it's good to see a fresh... So you're interested in my potions?
Alright, let's buy your ingredients. Sell some more daggers. Why not? Thanks.
Don't forget me next time you meet her.
Need something?
Dragon? No.
Seems there's no end to the needs of the Imperium.
Alright, what else do you have for sale? More alteration, more magic suppression. Let's just buy it, whatever, just in case we don't have it. If we do have it, we can sell it. Alright. And another dagger. Why not? What we might do though is we'll buy more iron to make more daggers, and then we'll make some more daggers, because we might be running out of daggers. Oh no! Just gonna nick you, boot you off the forge and do this. Going. So yeah, you can do this to max smithing skill eventually. If you don't want to do the dwarven bows method, you can just buy iron daggers and leather braces, which again was the original way that this build maxed smithing. Is literally just went around this loop for hours and hours buying iron and leather and maxing it that way. But as you can see, it's pretty fucking tedious. So we'll try to avoid that as much as possible. I'm only really using it now to try and max out enchanting, because I want to get enchanting to 100 before the next video. That way we can minimize the amount of time we spend running around this little hamster wheel. Insane. Alright. I could, cast Muffle off cooldown every hour, but I can't be bothered. Still no dragon. Why are you walking the wrong way? Let's wait another hour.
Better. I'm loyal to Dan
Thanks.
first and the Empire second.
And then go and sit on a machine so that we know that the inventory's there. There we go. Alright, thanks.
Only a hearty soul travels the road.
Okay, he's bugged. Alright, whatever. Next. Maybe I need to go inside and out. There we go. Now he's not bugged. Alright.
Take a look.
Pretty sure I got conjuration. I've already bought an alteration thing. So we don't need to get anything there. I'll just sell you a dagger and then we'll keep going.
Helmets. Pretty much anything. See me at my...
And then we'll move on to Riverwood and do the same thing. Traveling salesman. Do, 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 do.
You're looking for a new blade? Looking to protect yourself?
It is actually insane that we haven't encountered a dragon. It's actually insane. I'll just make more of these in case we need them. Probably don't, but shouldn't need any more after this.
Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Boink. Then off to Whiterun.
Fancy yourself an alchemist, huh?
Yeah. Once again, you don't need to run around this to the extent that I'm doing in your game. You can break it up by going to fight something and then coming back to town and then doing a little bit of this until you're bored and then going out and fighting something again. I'm just trying to get to 100 enchanting as soon as possible, and at the same time I'm checking all of these shops for some things to disenchant, and that was Fortify carry weight, so thank you. I'll use that. Now that we are out of Iron Daggers though, we'll go and get some more training. Actually, do I have any gems? I've got all these, you know what, let's go home and dump our stuff, because we haven't done that for a while. So yeah. If we go down a bit of bulk gold from a bit of trading, it's not the end of the world. We have 23,000 gold at the moment, so it's not like we're going to miss it. Put some ebony in here, put some corundum and some leather strips, and some moonstone, orcish ore, and quicksilver ore, and why not just put a torch in for good measure. Yeah, and now we got 50 iron daggers that we can enchant when we get the gems to do so. So let's go and find the gems to do so after we get some enchanting training. Whee. Did we get training at level 35? We may have, actually. Let's find out.
But do I detect a case of...
I think we did.
I can teach you a thing or two.
Yeah, we did. Alright. Not that. This one. More health. And we get some more... No, I already know how to use the Alchemy Lab. Thank you.
Take a look.
Buy some more ingredients. And then get some more training. So yeah, why am I bothering to buy all this training instead of just, you know, trying to train it using alchemy? Well, alchemy is kind of... Ooh, that's nice. Alchemy is kind of... It's a bit annoying of a skill in that the value of the potion you make affects the amount of experience you get. So if you tried to, you know, grind your way using alchemy ingredients at this level, you'd get less experience overall than if you waited until you were, you know, 75 alchemy with a bunch of alchemy perks and then tried to grind it. So what this build does is it opts to try and get as much alchemy training as possible. And yeah, because we are kind of swimming in money, that's not really an issue. So yeah, let's go to... where can we go next? We'll go to Dragon's Reach and visit Farengar and see what he's got. And then we'll go to the College of Winterhold, because I think technically we'll be 2 days into our route. You don't have to follow the route if you really want to, because it's 48 hours technically between the merchant's inventories resetting. So there probably is an optimal, you know, travelling salesman route if you really wanted to do that. Ooh, you've got 4 grand soul gems though, so what I'm tempted to do is buy all of those now, because we can. Thanks. And then we're going to make some more daggers, because we can. Disenchant. Oop. Disenchant. Thanks. The leather boots of hauling. And yeah, that alteration helmet did nothing for us. Alright. Dagger. Let's make some more of you guys. One. Oh, not that. Nope. Yeah, we should probably have enough daggers to get this to. Oh, actually, you know what? We probably do need more daggers. That's very sad. Probably need more daggers to get there. It does take a long time at this level to get anywhere. We've got 7 more points, and it probably takes about 7 or 8 daggers per point, so we probably need around about 50 daggers to get there from this point. I did say another 2 trips to... It's about another 2 trips to College of Winterhold, probably to max enchanting, so... Yep, that's about on par with that. So let's go there now. Hopefully we get there before all the people wake up. It's been about 2 days now. Just gonna skip the route a bit. And it's 4 in the morning. So this is usually when they start getting up. So with any luck we can catch them before they piss off to the hall. Yeah, as you can see, so like this guy's up for reasons. Cool, thanks. And then hopefully no one else in the hall's up. So let's go back here.
Tofty, take a look. So, you wish to make
Oh, come on. Commons, 1 petty. Oh, really? That's a bit lame.
All right then.
Fat use you are.
So, you wish
might
to
even have to
master
go and
the
visit
arcane
Tolfty.
arts?
Yeah, we're getting a pretty crap assortment of gems. I'm even going to branch out to greater, even though it's not profitable, because I just want the experience.
Farewell.
We've already bought stuff off him, so now we'll go upstairs. And then we'll buy stuff from you.
Spells and incantations for those with a talent to cast.
Common, greater, lesser, petty. What a pathetic amount of gems you guys have. I mean, I am kind of draining you of gems, so to be expected in a way, I guess. Alright, now to position all these in the right spot. Nope. Oh, come on. We're almost there. Doody-doo. Once again, if you wanted to make this interesting, you could go, do a quest while you wait for all the shop inventories to reset themselves. And then just kind of pop your head in here every time they're back. And that'll save you some of the grindiness that we are currently experiencing. Yeah, I'm going to need a few more daggers, so I will make a full loop around the loot. Make a full loop around. Maybe, you know what? We can just kill time. We are 4:55 of the 27th. We want to be here midnight on the 30th. So we're going to do something a little bit different. And that is, we're going to go all the way over here to Markarth. And kill the time that way. Because we only want enchanting at this point. That's all we care about, which means we're just waiting for these little inventories to reset. How can I travel so quickly? That's insane. The fast travel timing at the moment is bugged as fuck. Apparently, I got here in like... Oh, actually no, I got here less than a day. That's about accurate. Because I left at 4 AM on the 27th and I got here at 2 AM on the 28th. So that isn't broken. I take that back. I shouldn't have been as explicit. Excuse me. Meanwhile, our ivory tower academic is busy staring at the ruins at 2 AM like a normal person. Just gonna buy all your gems too. And maybe sell you some daggers, because that sounds like a good idea. That'll do. And then... so we are after midnight on the 30th. So now we're going to go to Riften, which should take about another day. So now we're going to go to Riften. Whee! And with any luck, we run into a courier on the way. I reckon we're going to run into a courier. And while we're in Riften, we are also going to make use of Ballamond to make another batch of daggers, in case we need that. And we should have everything that we need from there. So now we're going to wait 5 hours. There are more efficient ways you could spend the time. But at the moment we're not caring about efficiency, we just want to get enchanting to 100 and end this, because this has been a grind. Alright.
Excuse my disorder. Huh. I had you figured for a mage.
Alright, car, few commons. We'll buy the grands, because why not? Greater, lessy, 3 petties. And what can we sell you in return? Some daggers, of course. That'll do, thanks.
Okay. Good morning.
Hey, alright, and here's the courier telling us that we need to go and visit Rallis. Alright, so, in theory, now I'm going to go and visit Ballamond, and then he'll have enough metal to smith us another batch of daggers, and then we'll go to the College of Winterhold, and then we'll raid all the gem salesmen in Winterhold, and then in theory have enough to get enchanting to 100, and then we're going to go to Solstheim, and then next video we can actually kill things, yeah, and do the fighting and the stuff, and that'll be a lot more interesting viewer experience. But for the moment, we just want to get enchanting to 100, man. And again, if you wanted to avoid this grinding thing, you could do the Molag Bal quest, and then you could do the Azura Star quest, and then you could go and wallop bandits, and then recharge the mace over and over, and you could do it that way. But at least we are making money doing this little grindy loop, and we are using the money for something useful later on. So it's not completely wasted time that we are spending here, and if anything, it's probably less time spent overall doing this than it is doing the 2 Daedric quests and then trying to enchant the mace. I mean, if you're just trying to do like a completionist playthrough and you get around to doing the Daedric quests anyway, then you're welcome to do that. But I haven't, because we're trying to sort of do a bit of an expedient playthrough, if there's such a thing with a build like this. So we are trying to take shortcuts, and so hopefully this is the last time I will have to run in here and buy soul gems.
Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them.
And we're going to go for graders, because at this point I don't care about money. I just want to get this over and done with. Alright, thanks mate.
Now if you'll excuse me.
Tolfdir is Master Wizard. Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them. All right then.
Cool.
The eye. Oh my.
Oh Oh, stop it. Oh, he's talking about the master level illusion spells, and he gives you a quest for that. Because we're kind of close to that now, but of course he won't access his inventory properly. Yeah. I'm not going to bother buying the ground. Actually, fuck it, let's just buy the ground. Alright.
Alright then.
Sorry about the swearing as well, guys. I am Australian, and half of Australia has a potty mouth, so I'm used to swearing a lot. I don't ever plan on monetizing these YouTube videos, so I don't really care if I swear in my videos. Just want the content to be up here for the people that are interested in watching. Alright, that's that done. Let's go over here. YouTube as a medium now, it's very difficult to actually make money from. If you wanted to make long form content now, the best chance that you have is basically to very, very slowly build a following and then get most of your income from Patreon. That's kind of the way that long form content people make money, unless they're the Joe Rogans of the world and they just have such a huge share of the YouTube audience that they don't need to worry about that sort of stuff. But the major Slack attacks of the world, if they're actually going to make a living from YouTube, basically just need to Patreon it up and diversify their content. Yeah, which I don't plan on doing because I don't plan on making money from any of this. This is kind of a bit of a spur of the moment. Hey, let's just do it and see what it's like. I do not plan on making this a career in the slightest. What is my career at the moment? I'm actually a high school teacher. There you go. So a little bit about myself. I'm a high school physics teacher. And so, yeah. That's me. So, I like teaching, I like speaking. You probably noticed I can actually kind of speak and do things on the fly, and that's because I've had a little bit of practice at doing it in a classroom. So you'll notice that I kind of make strategic uses of pauses like that to form my next thoughts. And that's because that is a bit of a skill that I've developed unconsciously to buy myself time when I'm trying to explain stuff to someone in a classroom. And if you've ever met a teacher, they have a basket full of skills like that that are not obvious to the naked eye. And I have not been a teacher for very long, so I cannot claim in any way to be an expert at teaching, but I can tell you that the people that have been doing it for 20, 30, 40 years have this vast array of just little tricks of the trade and little skills that they use, and it just makes it look really easy, and they can talk in front of a crowd and explain things very eloquently without even seemingly trying. So that's the goal, eventually, I guess, for my career, because I like teaching. We made this basically to teach people, so hopefully you guys are learning something. I'm sorry that this video has been so boring and monotonous, just watching me mashing, buttons and crafting daggers over and over and over. But we're coming up on an hour and a half, and I can pretty safely say that we're going to get enchanting to 100. So we're going to waste all of these gems and turn them into daggers. At least I think we will. It depends how many perks we've got left, actually, because I would like to try and get the extra effect perk ASAP, and it might be that we need to do something else to do that. So what we might do is we might not actually use every single soul gem in our inventory to try and craft daggers. We're just going to use enough to get ourselves to 100, and here we are, the very last one. No. Ta-da! Enchanting 100. We made it. Alright. Sigh of relief. We can also level up. We got 5 perks. We're going to save this. Oh, I can't now, can we? Alright, we can't save that. But we're going to go and get some training from Arcadia before we're done, and then leave it at that. And then next time, we are going to go and actually do some more fighting and less grinding. We can actually make some enchanted items right off the bat, but I would rather wait until we have extra effect to do that. But we can actually make an enchanted item to help us get extra effect. What is that item, you might say? Well, that is a Jedi fast travel item, which relies on having the telekinesis spell. Now, in order to get the telekinesis spell, you need to get an alteration of 40. So what we might do next time is go out of our way to get our alteration to 40, and then get the telekinesis spell, and then get the Jedi set, and then we can do some funky shenanigans with that. All right. Yeah. Back to Whiterun. Get some training in the video. Let's do it.
Well met, kinsman.
Do-do-do.
Pardon me. So you're interested in my potions and ingredients?
Buy some ingredients. Get some training.
I think I can teach you a thing or two.
That'll do. We're almost at 50 alchemy, and then past 50 alchemy, the cost of the training skyrockets. So we've got the quote-unquote cheap training up until this point. But what we can do is we can use daggers with 2 effects and sell them, as well as these little guys. So we're going to do that eventually, because it costs a boatload of money to get alchemy from 50 to 75. But again, we'll save that for another video. So finally, we're carrying 203 pounds. We're going to go home. We're going to dump our stuff in Breeze Home, and then we're going to go and help Rallis and maybe visit a couple of other locations on Solstheim for the next video. Actually make it a little bit more interesting. No more leather strips, don't need them. So I've got some commons and petties that I can enchant some daggers with. So we're going to put 13 back in, not here, but in the weapon cabinet. The cabinet being this handy sack. So yeah, we'll go 13. That way I've got 10 sitting there ready to enchant, and then I've got this lot which are ready to sell. Alright, so I think that will do it. Let's go outside. How many perks do we need to get extra effect? We basically need 8 legendary perks now. I'm definitely not resetting that to legendary, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so we need 8 perks to max out Enchanting, so we need to get to level 40 before we do that. So next video, we're going to focus on getting Alteration to 40, and also getting the character to level 40, and then we're going to get some Enchanting skill, and then we are going to make the Jedi Fast Travel set, which is a nice little way to power level the crap out of your character. So stay tuned, guys. Let's save here. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a good day.